Yes, it's the Grow Podcast. Man, I'm so excited. I love my built-in audience. They are always excited when I kick off the Grow Podcast. And I want to once again thank all of you who tuned in to the Grow Podcast each and every week for every episode. And I hope you guys are ready for another great week of growing. Last week, I was talking about some growth signs in the sense of how you are growing in your personal life. And as I talked about, just as a person last week. But this week, I wanted to talk about how you can recognize when you are growing spiritually. But before I get into that, I must give a shout out to my guy, Jamal Roberts, for winning the American Idol. Yeah, I don't even really watch that, but I do follow Jamal Roberts out of Meridian, Mississippi. And I'm just proud of that young man, just being a school teacher, doing his best to do what's right, and then to, just stay positive throughout that whole ordeal and to win the American Idol. So congratulations to Jamal Roberts. But getting back to the topic at hand. So we're going to look at 3 ways that you can recognize that you are growing spiritually. Okay. Number one is this. You start noticing that you have a deeper love for God and his word. Yeah. It's not an external, just going to church deal. No, you start having an internal, genuine desire to really get to know God. It says in Psalms 119, verse 97, it says, "Oh, how I love your law. It is my meditation all the day." When you start just being what I call God conscious every day, you just have a consciousness, a conscious awareness of God. That's when you can start telling that you are growing spiritually. It's not just one of those things that you get up, pray in the morning, and you just check the box and keep it moving, or you pray over your food and that's it, and you keep it moving. No, you just start having what I call a God consciousness, that throughout the day, you are just fully aware of God's presence, and you will have scriptures that just pop up in your mind to keep you focused. So that's one of the reasons. That's one of the ways that you can know that you are growing spiritually. Number 2 is this: you start having what I call increasing spiritual fruit. What I'm saying is, you're not just talking word; you're actually starting to see the word come to fruition in your life. You actually are applying the principles of the word in your life. You actually start seeing what I call visible changes in your character. What do I mean by that? You're not cussing people out as much. And some of you may be in that process of, you used to cuss like a sailor. You've been cussing like a sailor for 25 years. And um, your cussology is not just going to die in 1 month. But what you'll notice is you're starting to grow. You're starting to notice that you're not cussing as much, or your attitude. You're more positive. You're not so negative with your thoughts. And you also have this ability now to really stretch your faith and really believe God for some things, and not just simply trust in your own knowledge or your own intellect, but you're willing to say, I may not have the total answer to all of this, but I'm going to trust God and just step out on faith. I'm going to step out of the boat. Number 3 is this: your obedience towards trusting God tends to change. You really start to mature in a way of just simply saying, you know what? I have a desire to obey God's word. Even when times are hard, you're saying, you know what? Nope. This person may be working my nerve, but I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to go off on them, or I'm not going to do one of those tit for tat. Someone does something to you, so you do it back to them and all that stuff. You get to a point where you're more at ease in letting things go, and you simply begin to trust God. It says this in John 14:15. It says, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments." So here's my thing. It's amazing to me how people can walk around and, they love to use this. I just call it, they love to fall back on this. They can do what they want to do, be evil. And I'm not talking about by no means being perfect, but I'm saying when people can be intentionally evil, intentionally spiteful, but then they'll say, God knows my heart. And here's my thing. And they try to say it in a way like, well, I know I may have messed up, but God knows my heart. The truth is, God truly knows your heart. He truly knows the motives of your heart. He know why you did what you did. So here's my thing. I mean, if you really want to know whether you are growing spiritually, here's the thing. Just check the fruit. Look at your fruit. Tell me where you're bearing fruit. Are you really honoring God in every area of your life? Are you honoring him with the way that you talk? Are you honoring him with the way that you think? Are you honoring him in the way that you act? Well, listen, that's my time. And I hope that those three things will help you grow or give you some confidence that you are growing. But listen, whatever you do, don't give up. Keep keeping your eyes on the prize. Listen, I love you. Let's go. Let's grow. And as always, let's keep it moving, people. I'll see you here next week, right here on The Grow.